Hello, good morning, and welcome to this webinar. I hope you can hear me and see my screen.
Yes, hello, Simon. Good
Please
morning.
do let
Yes,
me
we
know.
can see you and see your screen.
Thank you, thank you. Lovely morning to all of you. Good morning. All right, let me get my gears up. All right, welcome to this session. We will talk today about Microsoft Copilot in Microsoft 365 suite. We will introduce Copilot and then we'll explore some Copilot capabilities, and then we will delve into writing an effective prompt, or the art of prompt engineering, if you like. My name is Ayman Al Khalifa. Um, I've been around training and consultancy since 2008. I'm very much active in LinkedIn. If you have any question at the end of the session, after the session, feel free to reach out. I will be more than happy to help and assist. I'm gonna drop you my LinkedIn account on the chat window. Now, let's begin with pulse check. First of all, let's see who has the Copilot license and who's been using Copilot. So if you are using Copilot, raise your hand, please. If you have the license but you didn't get the chance to use it, raise your hand. The aim behind my question is to know whether you will be able to follow the practices that we will do in this session or not, or you will stick to the demos that I will do. I need to know the ratio. Brilliant. Akshaya. Akshaya, have you joined any other training with me before? All right. Similar name then. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. For the rest of you, if you're in a government entity, then in a government entity in Qatar, rest assured that the government is moving towards Copilot, and they're working on license now, and soon enough, everyone is going to have a license, and that's where technology, my company, our role comes into picture, where we help you during the adoption journey for the Copilot tools, the use cases, and how to maximize the benefit out of Copilot. But that's a talk for another hour. Thank you for raising your hands. Feel free to lower them down. All right. Um, Thank you, Louisiana and Rania. You may lower your hands. All right, let's begin. So, in our introduction, we will talk about the following. All right. We'll talk about what is Copilot in the first place, right? That's the first thing. And then we'll delve into how it works, all right? What are the core components of Copilot? And then what does Microsoft mean by responsible AI, right? We'll take a look at all of that. Now, moving on. Well, when we say Microsoft Copilot and what is it and how to use it and all of that, you need to begin understanding the prerequisite to having a Copilot within your applications. And the first prerequisite is the license, right? Copilot is not for free. The one that comes with Microsoft Office is not for free. The one that comes with Microsoft 365 is not for free. All right. The free version of Copilot is the one you find on Microsoft Edge. All right. If you can see my screen over here, That's the free version, the one that comes with Microsoft Edge, the one that you access from Bing. All right. This is the free one. But if you sign in with a corporate account, you will access Microsoft 365, and that's a paid version. Right. But if you go to Bing.com, all right, and from here, from Bing.com, and then from here you access Copilot, you see, that takes you to the free Copilot. That is not the one we're talking about here. Now, what we're talking about is a Copilot component that lives within your Microsoft 365 applications. Then for that, you would need at least Microsoft Entra ID. We're just saying here an account associated to the domain of your organization. And you will need OneDrive to be enabled on that account because Copilot actually works on the documents uploaded to OneDrive and SharePoint, right? And then, of course, the
What
Microsoft 365 apps must be deployed on your machine. Not necessary, because if you have the license, you can use Microsoft 365 apps on web, all right, the online version. When we say Microsoft 365 apps, we mean Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, Teams, and so on. So what is actually Copilot? We've seen how to get it ready, but then it's a whole ecosystem, all right, if you like. So it aims at transforming work in this digital era we're working on. To break down these points to you, let me take you to this interface here, where we say, well, Copilot is just another natural language processing agent or natural language processing AI model. All right. It's a generative AI model that understands human-like language, if you like. All right. So when we say language model or NLP, there are certain um, uh, topics to be discussed in here. So allow me, first of all, to. All right. The first thing we want to mention is a term called tokenization. I don't know if you heard about this before. Tokenization. Well, tokenization is simply means simplifying complex paragraphs by breaking them down into smaller chunks. All right. And then the language model will work on every chunk by a number. All right. Giving it a token. So the word hello could be one token, but the word transformation could be three tokens. This is easier for the language model to understand to understand the word, the way the word, the language, the grammar, the way these keywords or these words relates, right? Because at the end, every English letter or every English word, to be specific, every English word will get assigned a number, all right? And that's how AI deals with words. AI doesn't understand our language. It knows how to process our language. Then the second concept is semantic analysis. All right, semantic analysis. And in semantic analysis, Copilot will help grasping and the underlying meaning of context or context. All right, which means it will know to differentiate between happy and sad, but then it knows that happily and joyfully are the same thing. It knows the semantic and it knows the context. But then we have sentiment, sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is assessing the mood, emotions in maybe text, yeah, for more accurate understanding of the user input. So there is what we call emotional AI. And emotional AI in general is either by computer vision, where AI sees body language and so on, or through text by analyzing phrases and the semantic of the content, whether you're serious, you're joking, what is the tone, is it friendly, is it formal, is it direct, and we will use all of this within our prompts later on. The last topic under natural language processing is language translation. And when we say language translation, it's the ability of Copilot to be assigned to someone that works in multiple tasks in multiple languages. All right. So it would help aiding those multitasking, enabling a good assistant that understands approximately all the commonly used language to help you with your tasks. In short, Copilot will bridge the gap between human language and machine understanding. And on top of this, you find it as part of every Microsoft 365 application. So you don't need to go to ChatGPT, write an email, and then bring it to Outlook. Or you don't need to go to any other tool, draft content, and then bring it to Word. You have the AI within your applications. And then it's up to you whether you wanted to get data from the web or from your corporate data, which is even better, right? And on top of this, access your data through Microsoft Graph. And I'll tell you about Microsoft Graph in a bit. But for now, this is the new Copilot system. It's based on the holistic approach of Microsoft security. So it uses and it applies all the security controls from the Microsoft stack. To access your data, Copilot will access Microsoft Graph, and this is how Microsoft Graph looks like. Microsoft Graph is an API that allows you to access your documents that lives in OneDrive and SharePoint and Microsoft 365 applications. I'm talking your documents, the documents you share with others, the documents shared by others to you. All right, the events, the Outlook, the tasks that you have on Planner, the projects, everything you have in Microsoft 365 can be accessed by Copilot, specifically Copilot Chat, which is the version of Copilot in Microsoft Teams. Because Copilot and all the other applications will actually wait for you to reference the document that you want to work on. So in Word, we will reference a document and then we will ask Copilot to do something on it, as well as in PowerPoint. But from Copilot Chat, which is the app in Teams, you will have access to all of this. It's a secure structure. And basically, the main difference between Copilot and Copilot and ChatGPT, all right, is that anything you share with ChatGPT will be used as part of the training for the model. So it preserves the data, it keeps the data, it learns from you. So if anyone asks any question around the globe about your data, ChatGPT will expose this information. ChatGPT will expose this information. So we're not supposed to upload personal data or corporate data to ChatGPT. In our model here, Copilot acts differently. What happens is Copilot will use OpenAI capabilities. So it's as similar as ChatGPT when it comes to processing data. However, it does not save the data, it does not remember the data, all right? And it does not expose your data. This is the anatomy of how Copilot will work. So first of all, you will issue a prompt to Copilot, all right? This prompt, based on your configuration, your organization configuration, will get data from either your corporate data or from the web, Bing, or through custom developed plugins. Let me explain. There are government in different areas around the globe. There are government specific applications. Like for instance, here in Qatar they have murasalat. All right, UAE they have different ones. So these are the ones that are used for internal communications between government entities, right? Different entities and so on. So this is outside the ecosystem of Microsoft. But I can create a plugin to connect my Copilot to this government system. This could be an ERP and a CRM, an Oracle, SAP, SAP application, any other application. And then back to my prompt. The prompt you issue to Copilot will fetch the data from the sources you specify. And then we'll work on all of this and send it as one package to OpenAI. While it's sending it to OpenAI and when it uses the OpenAI capabilities to generate the content, while it's returning it back as well, it applies responsible AI model. It makes sure that the content generated is not harmful, it's fair, it's inclusive, and so on. And then it returns the result to you. It receives the result. Copilot receives the LLM response. And then if any other further documents needed from your Microsoft Graph, it would get it and then present you with the result. So in short, to cut this story short, Copilot will work on your data within your organization. It does not send your data back to the model. It sends the prompt back to the model. It works on the prompt and brings the capabilities of OpenAI back to your organization and applies it and fetch the data and generate the new response for you. Let's explore together how Microsoft 365 Copilot works. Because we said it understands the context and it can actually transform your work. Let's see some of the key capabilities of Microsoft 365 Copilot. Well, it combines LLMs, as we said, large language models, with your data, with your work content. So it will reduce digital overload, right? It keeps you engaged in meetings because Copilot exists in Microsoft Teams. It will provide you quick catch up for missed meetings and missed points within a meeting. It helps you before the meeting, preparing for the agenda, during the meeting to summarize the meeting and create action items and so on, after the meeting to create minutes of meeting and summaries as well. Not only meeting, it can summarize lengthy emails, threads, and aids in drafting responses. It draft, edit, summarize alongside you, enhancing document efficiency. It simplifies starting presentations. Instead of starting from scratch, you can start with Copilot with a simple prompt, and they will get your presentation first draft ready. In Excel, it can identify trends. It creates visualizations, pivot tables, charts, and it provides recommendations for your data as well to augment the data. Throughout all the Office 365 application, Copilot will ensure data protection with comprehensive enterprise controls in place. This will allow control over AI suggestions, emphasizing the human element is the interaction. Next on our agenda is to explore some possibilities of how to work with Copilot. Do you have any question before I carry on?
Ayman, if you don't mind, like you said that this license is for the corporate subscriptions. I do have like a personal subscription to the Microsoft 365, but I have like some kind of a limited number of credits, like 50 credits per month. So all those functionalities, I can use it on my personal subscription. Is that correct?
70%. You will lose a lot of functionalities in Microsoft Teams.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. The Teams is quite limited for myself. All right then. Yes. All right. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Okay. So what I'm walking you through is the official slides for this course from Microsoft, which will yield a digital certificate at the end of this session. So bear with us. Don't leave when the time is done. We want to share with you your digital certification. That's the digital certificate. All right. So For this part, I'm gonna leave this here and then jump into my demo. All right. For those who haven't seen Copilot before, let's not bore them with slides. Let's see it in action. Okay. So once you open up Copilot, this is what you see. You have produced summary of a file, create an outline for something, or write your own content. All right. So let's say create a training outline for AI in project management. All right. And then I can send it, hit send. It goes to the AI, it goes through the structure, all right, applies responsible AI, comes back with the result. While it's working, you can scroll and see the magic happening. And just remember one thing. AI is not a magic wand, all right? It tends to make mistakes. You always have to review the result. You take a look at the content that you received. There we go. We have these modules. We have introduction, training objectives. All right. And conclusion. You're satisfied, you click on keep it. All right. If you're not satisfied, then you move into regenerate, for instance. All right. If you don't want to regenerate, you want to discard, you click on the delete icon. And if you want to follow up and say, you know what, I clicked here to follow up with another prompt. And let's say, well, um, uh, let's introduce project management at the very beginning of the training. Maybe here I would say, you know what, uh, I specify the target audience, for instance. Anything that I want to modify. My aim is to show you that once this is done, did it do it? Introduction to project management. Brilliant. There we go. It added what I wanted, and then introduction to artificial. It knows now to introduce first, and then it will carry on. All right. And conclusion. And now another thing that I want to show you is this one here. So it remembers the versions, you see? This is the previous version, all right? This is the new version with our introduction. So you can go back to any version at any point of time. You're satisfied with one of them, you click on keep it. Beside this, we have Copilot capabilities in here on this panel that appears on the Home tab. If you don't see this icon, it means you don't have the license. Where I can summarize this document by clicking on summarize or write in a prompt here and then send it. And then it would summarize it for me. All right. So there are so many capabilities. I'm just giving you some quick outline, a quick overview about the capabilities in every application. So as you've seen, this was Microsoft 365 Copilot in Word. All right. But not limited to this. As I was telling you, there are plenty of them. I can select a piece of information, let's say module 7 until module 1, for instance, here. And then Copilot icon appears. You see it? I click on it and then say visualize as a table. Visualize as a table. Once I click on visualize as a table, Copilot will keep my current content and then it will introduce a new table underneath. There we go. Module 1, overview, learning outcome. Maybe this will help me setting the duration for every module. later on. I'm satisfied, I'm gonna keep it. And then I will save this file in OneDrive for Business because I want Copilot to reference it later on. And if it's not on OneDrive, demo, I'm gonna call it demo training outline. Right? Demo training outline. Remember this one. So that was Copilot in some of the capabilities of Copilot in Word. All right. Moving on. We've seen this, so that we have a panel, we have so many options, all right? And then on top of this, you can add images, all right? You can access from here the prompt library, right? Which is a library of predefined prompts for you to try immediately within the opened application, all right? And so on. You can access plugins. You can speak to Copilot. If you're lazy enough, you don't want to type, speak to the dude, and the dude will will generate the content that you want, right? So if you have the license, I want you. All right, we'll come to the practice later on. Let's carry on now, so we get everyone on the same page. Are you typing something that I missed? My colleague Dalia trying to attend, but she's getting an error. And what error? What's the error? Sania, you're there?
Yes, yes.
Can you please assist Hanan Zaza and her friend?
I will just drop the link so you can share with your colleague Hanan. Yeah, I will just drop you the link of this meeting in the chat.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right. Next is Outlook. Copilot in Outlook. Let's see it in action. All right. Demos are better than words. Demos are louder than words. So let's do a demo, especially in Ramadan. Okay, I'm just accessing my training email. There we go. So we said summarizing email threads. Well, take a look at this. I have this long thread in here. Yeah. And someone looped me in all of a sudden, and I want to go through every email to formulate an opinion. And I don't even remember, even if I wasn't just looped in. This thread could be 6 months ago, and I don't even remember who said what. So click anywhere within the long thread and then click on Summarize by Copilot, right? Or Summary by Copilot. Copilot will look at the content, summarize the key points for me. You see who said what exactly and when. And if I have any follow-up question to this summary, I click on Ask Copilot, and then Copilot opens up a chat channel to this thread. Now, anything I write here will be applied to this thread, unless I mention apply this on my inbox, for instance, or so on. But my point is, if you're just on the inbox, you did not open anything, and then you clicked on the Copilot panel, now you see the rules are different. Organize my inbox. This will allow you to create a rule to organize and categorize your inbox by just writing a prompt. Or maybe you want to find time to schedule, or you have a question. So these panel will apply those prompts on your inbox. But then if you go to a particular thread, all right, and then from here you go to the panel again, you see the prompts are different now. Help me write, ask questions. All right, these are the priority now, and that's my point. Now, that was the first feature, for instance. Let's say summarize, okay? But then remember when we said actions are louder than words? Let's have a meeting. Let's invite everyone to a meeting and then discuss. So instead of finding the time for everyone and schedule the meeting manually the way I used to do, I will click on schedule with Copilot. By clicking on schedule with Copilot, Copilot will go through the email, all right? Summarize the email for me. There we go. This is the summary of the email. Create the meeting agenda for me. There we go. This is the meeting agenda, all right? Attach the documents required for this meeting from the thread, right? Add the persons on the thread and find a suitable time for all of us. You see, what else is remaining? You click insert and you click send and you're good to go. Your meeting is scheduled with the help of Copilot with a simple button click. Schedule with Copilot. If you don't see schedule with Copilot, although you have the Copilot icon, which means you have the license, it means you are not on the new Copilot. Oh, sorry, you are not on the new Outlook, all right? There's a new Outlook and there's a classic Outlook. On the classic Outlook, it actually looks somehow like this. This is your typical Outlook. All you have to do here on this Outlook to use Copilot is to go to a new, either click here if it works, right? Because sometimes it doesn't work from here, or while you're drafting new emails, you will see Copilot actions here on this panel. This is
It's
the
both for
classic
the
Outlook.
it's both for the Windows and the Mac platforms.
Yes. So on the classic Outlook, click on draft with Copilot, and then write an email to invite everyone for our yearly meeting. Just from the top of my head, right? Thank everyone for a successful, fruitful year and encourage them. Whatever. And then send. And voila, I got my response. Just a bit tiny, but I'm gonna zoom in. There we go. Hello, everyone. I hope this email finds you well, and so on. I'm not gonna read all of it. All right. This is the email, and then it gives me even some placeholders for date, time, location, and I'm very much satisfied. But you know what? Well, this everyone is just a department meeting. It doesn't need to be that official on the tone, kind of down to earth kind of a person. So I'll click on adjust in order to adjust the tone. And no one has time to read all of this. So first of all, I'm going to make it shorter. All right. And then second of all, I'm going to adjust again and make it sound casual maybe. But if you're in a sensitive environment, you want it to be direct or formal, feel free. You can make it direct or formal. And if you love the team so much, make it a poem. Make them invite them in a poem. There we go. Hello everyone. Hope you're doing well. As the year ends with stories to tell, a big thank for you for your dedication. We've accomplished much with collaboration. I like that part, but I'm not sure if you can even use it. But anyway, so back to formal. These are the options. All right. The next one is to discard or regenerate or just keep it. Remember, you have different drafts in here. All right. And then you can edit every draft. You can click on it and edit the prompt actually, and then keep it. Whether you wrote this one or an AI wrote it, you still can let Copilot help by coaching your writing style. So if I click on Copilot and then I click on coaching by Copilot, what I get is Copilot analyzes the content on my email, and then it gives me you see the tone, some tips, reader sentiment, and clarity, and so on. But this interface is way better on the new Outlook. Trust me. So I'm gonna close this one here. No, close this one. and then go back to my new Outlook, and let's draft with Copilot. All right, so I'm going to click on here and then draft with Copilot on the new Outlook. You see the interface is very simple. All right, general meeting invite. All right, and then send. So I got my invite. I can keep it, I can discard it, retry it, make it short. Everything is right here, right? Direct, formal, like a poem and all that. But what we want to try is, we want to try coaching by Copilot. You see, when I click on coaching by Copilot, what it will do is analyze and then get me suggestions to enhance my writing style, to enhance the tone. How many times you wrote emails and the other person at the other end thinks that you're upset? You're not upset. You were just direct, straight to the point. But with Copilot, it can help you be more enthusiasm. It will show you the reader sentiment. It will show you the clarity. And if you like those tips, you can apply them, or you can click on apply all, and then you get to apply all suggestions provided by Copilot. Take a look at the preview here. You like it, click on replace. Maybe insert it below the other one because you want to quote from it or regenerate. Just gonna replace it, and I'm good to go. So that was basically summarizing emails, drafting emails, and coaching tips in Outlook. Any question? All good? Okay. Next. You schedule Akashaya. You schedule from Outlook. Remember when we said when we clicked on schedule with Copilot? That's how you schedule. You have the thread, you click on schedule with Copilot. That's how you schedule emails. Schedule calendar invites. All right. All the version, no. All the version, no. All the cool stuff will start popping up on your newer Outlook. After a time, they will cancel the classic Outlook in the first place. Okay. Now, moving on, let's see Copilot in PowerPoint to create presentations in PowerPoint. So, switching to the other tenant. There we go. Here is a blank document. I have two icons for Copilot, 1 and 2. If I click here, create a presentation, or ask Copilot, if I ask Copilot, it means I have a populated document and I don't have it. So I'm going to create a presentation. By clicking on create a presentation, choose the topic that you want. So maybe I want to create a presentation, create a training content about AI in project management, and then send this prompt. Copilot will agree with me on the outlines first. Introduction to AI and project management, AI tools, and so on. I can click here and add another topic that I want, and so on. And then I can generate the presentation. But the cool thing is I can actually reference files. So create a training content about AI in project management using the attached document. And then I click on reference a file. By clicking on referencing a file, I will go for that was demo. Demo training. What did we call it? Demo training outline. Yes, we called it demo training outline 16 minutes ago. All right. I'm going to click on this file to reference it. And then I'm grounding Copilot. The term is grounding. I'm grounding Copilot not to get the data from the web, to get the data only from my document. So I specified the source. Notice my prompt. What I did is I did a goal, create a training content about this, and I did the source, and I did mention the source, but I did not add the context. I did not add the format. So the prompt is missing. We'll talk more about prompting in a bit. But take a look at this now. Introduction to AI and project management, all right? That's what we requested. So I clicked on generate, where Copilot now will begin generating the slide content, the outlines, the outlines, the slide content, the animation, and the presenter notes as well. The presenter notes. And it will add the images. And let me tell you a cool thing here as well. Although it will generate random images on every slide, but then there is a way to restrict Copilot to only leverage the images from your digital asset library. So if you have a pre-approved images like any other organization, you have your set of approved assets, you can ground Copilot to use those images. There you go. I can delete it. I can keep it. Remember those? You've seen them in every AI chat tool and you never use them. Please use them. This is how we optimize the model. This is how we give feedback to the model, whether we like this or we don't like this, and then it adjusts furthermore when we use it, right? So keep using the feedback buttons here. I'm gonna click on keep it. Let's have a look. So content is there, image is there, and then I have presenter notes. It's telling me what to say in every slide and from what part of my original document it got this slide. Take a look. Here, there, see the slide reference, the information on this document, all right? This part of the document, purpose, scope of training, and then presenter notes and the source and so on. And not only that, animation is there as well. All right. So that was quickly Copilot in PowerPoint. And again, as in Word, there is a panel here where I can write prompts. I can say, summarize this presentation in, mention the expectations, in 5 points in a friendly tone. Sure, here is the prompt, here is the content, introduction to AI, it gave me the content, all right? And then it gave me the points, training objectives, AI, and so on. All right, so I can write prompts on this panel. I can click on view prompts to go to the prompt library. So when I click on view prompts, it takes me to the prompt library where I can actually get to see what do I want from Copilot. Do I want to create content or edit or understand or ask questions, all right? And then based on a job role, it will help me finalizing, it will help me seeing relevant prompts. Say, all right, summarize action items from this presentation. That's a prompt I want to try, and if I like it, I can add it to favorites. So if I click on the prompt, it straight goes to the prompt window, and then I can send it. And let's see the result. Sorry for this. All right, here you go. Understand AI basics, apply in project management, engage, enhance, and exercise, utilize decision making to the rest of it. And every time Copilot comes back with a response, it gives you suggestions as well, like can you provide examples of AI tools? What are the benefits of using AI in project management? So these are follow-up prompts suggested by Copilot, and you can write your own prompt as well. So this is, in short, Copilot in PowerPoint, or some of the capabilities of Copilot in PowerPoint, right? Any question? All good? Give you some room to let what we say sink in. Maybe you have questions by the time I switch my applications.
Simon,
Let's yes.
sorry, just a quick one. Well, the Microsoft 365, it's giving us a lot of new features and opportunities. Do you have like a sort of, I don't know, business case, or use, I don't know, a list where we can refer to like how to use and improve our, I don't know, performance at work, etc., etc. Like how to use
Yes.
the AI. Because it's
Yes.
like, honestly, for me, it's like very difficult to understand and get to know all of those features that we can utilize on the daily basis.
True. Yes, the answer is yes. I have the list for you. I'll share it with you at the end of the session. Let me just
Okay,
pull
thank
it
you.
up.
Thank you.
But I want to ask you, Jacob, from where are you based?
I'm in Qatar.
From what entity, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, QNB.
QMB. All right, great, great.
Right.
Just to set the persona and for the
Mhm.
scenarios I would share.
Okay,
You're
thank you.
from anything related to finance or
No, more like a strategy.
strategy? Brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant. I have the right deck for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you
All
very
right,
much,
all right.
Simon. Thank you.
Have a good one. Okay, moving on. I just want to summarize and give more practical demos here in Excel. Okay. So for instance, in Excel, you can analyze data, and we said you can create formulas. Okay, you can summarize the content, the table in the Excel using pivot table and charts. All right, you can apply any formatting that you want, color formatting, conditional formatting. Just write the right prompt. All right, or you can ask Copilot to extract information. You can show data insights. You can suggest anything. And if you don't like the list of suggestions here, click on this icon and it will regenerate new suggestions for prompts for you to use. Let's see it. So all of these formats I've done in the previous session. So I'm going to get rid of it. No filling. Actually, clear formats. Okay. And all of those actually I have added as well in the previous session. So I'm going to get rid of them. And here is my data. Right, simple data, right? We have campaign owner. This is fiction data. Name, all right. This is dates, lunch dates, all right. And numbers, and we have currency in here, all right. So number one, if your data, let me just get rid of all of this. We have a clean. By mistake, instead of opening the document I use or the demo, I opened one that I used before. So I'm 7 times. All right, take a look. Now, this is your data. If your data for any reason looks like this, clear formats, your Copilot might not, there is a chance that Copilot might not understand the data. So the data needs to be formatted as a table, all right? Which means you click on format as a table, choose whatever you want format from here. Just make sure that it has a naming range here, right? That's how Copilot interacts with the data. And the document itself needs to be on OneDrive for Business. If you open Excel document from your desktop, Copilot will not work. All right. So you click on Copilot, and then Copilot, if the document was not on the OneDrive or SharePoint, Copilot will ask you for autosave. Once you enable autosave, Excel will ask you to upload the document to SharePoint or OneDrive. Because this one is in OneDrive already, I can suggest formula column. So I'm going to click on Create Formula Column. There you go, suggest formula column. And then Copilot will look at my data and then try to augment and enhance the data by adding some missing information. Some information might not really be, I might not be interested in. I'll just pass. But for other information, like for instance, campaign duration, I don't have this piece of information in my content. All right. So why not? Why not add the campaign duration? I have the beginning, the start date and duration, all that. So let's put it in numbers. All right. If you want another insights, click on create formula column again. Sorry, if you want another suggestion for formulas or columns, click on create. But if you want insights, that's something else. Now, campaign efficiency, right? All right, sounds good, but maybe not the one I want. So I can click on give me another column suggestion, all right, and so on. And then it will give me another column suggestion. Okay. Or maybe I can go for understand, which is summarizing using pivot table or charts. So when I click on summarizing using pivot table and charts, it will take a look at this and then extract it in a pivot table and then add the chart for it. If that's the insight that I want, it makes sense in my storytelling, which is the summary of revenue. I will immediately click on add to a new sheet. So by clicking on add to a new sheet, I get to see the table and I get to see the pivot table and the pivot chart as well on a new sheet. I can click here to go back to my data. I can click on give me another insight, for instance, or show another insight. Or if I'm too lazy, I go like show all insights to a grid instead of showing them in one insight by the other. Let's try to dump all of them into one grid. It's having trouble doing that. Maybe I don't have enough data. But that is not a problem because Copilot can actually do advanced analysis using Python. It can write code for you and do the advanced analysis. Take a look. Click on advanced analysis and it will begin now. Once I click on start advanced analysis, it will start looking at my data live and doing some live calculations and live analysis on my data. And then I keep following up with prompts to formulate my final report of the story I'm trying to tell of my data. So as of now, it's telling you what it's doing and it's showing you the data here. All right. So we got, for instance, campaign type, budget, revenue, and we got the chart for it. All right. You want something else? Maybe analyze the relationship between campaign duration and revenue. Yeah, why not? Click on it, and then it will reflect that to the advanced analysis. And any prompt you write or choose will be in the form of a report. You're building your analysis report. There you go. You can ask for anomalies. You can ask for outliers. You can do so many things with the advanced analysis because it will translate your prompt into code, Python code, and it will do the statistics and analysis for you. Once you're done, you click on stop analysis, you click on sheet 1 to go back to your data, and then you can carry on exploring the different options here. I mean, from applying color formatting to ask Copilot questions and so on. That's in short some capabilities of Copilot in Excel. Your turn. If you have any question, please let me know. Any question at all? All good? Okay. I have a question for you. Type a prompt on the chat window that you would use in Microsoft Word. That's a pulse check. I like my sessions to be interactive. Don't treat me like YouTube. Don't put me right on the corner on your screen and then multitask. That doesn't work. You will not get the benefit out of this session. So share with me a simple prompt on the chat window that you will use in Microsoft Word. I will share with you my prompts on the chat window. All right? Waiting for you to share your prompts on the chat window.
While that's happening, can I just ask a quick question, if you don't mind?
Please, be my guest.
So I'm just curious to know whether, I mean, this obviously has been around for some time now. I guess it's been the best part of a year, maybe. I don't know when you started to roll it out officially across many organizations. But have you got any data that you can share that highlights the impact on productivity that organizations that have adopted Copilot have taken? Because that could be really good in terms of supporting people on this call who have a business case that they want to put forward. So is that something you can share? I mean, or put out there would be really helpful.
No. What happens is once we implement Copilot to organizations, we equip them with a dashboard. It comes with the technology. There's a dashboard that shows them the interaction, the engagement, the impact as well. What Copilot tool people are using more, how much time they're spending, and all of that. So there is a dashboard for every entity, and that's not an information that we can publicly share. But I don't have figures or numbers of stats. But I promise you one thing. Let's link me in, and I'll fetch a report from Microsoft that summarizes maybe this region or for the whole globe or something, and then I'll share it with you.
Great, thank you.
But I don't have the numbers right in front of me right now. Thank you for the question. Okay, I shared with you sample prompts that you can actually use in Microsoft Word or the Copilot free version that comes in Bing, because that can generate content as well. Yeah. And for but I did not receive any prompt from you. Yes, tell me.
Thank you. For example, if you have two Word documents with a contract that has been updated or two Excel files, can you compare changes between those documents, ask them to highlight if there are changes or difference between the version 1 and the version 2?
Yes, it can easily compare, extract insights from different documents. All you have to do
Also
is
from Excel?
from Excel, no. I'm talking about Word.
Okay, only for Word. Okay.
Yes. In Excel,
Thank you.
Copilot works on the open data, the open document. It doesn't visit any other document.
Okay, got it. Thank
In
you.
Word or Teams or PowerPoint, I can ask Copilot to reference files. So I can add as many files as I want. I can say resume. I can say resume. Here is the first resume, Alex. If I type / again, I access the reference file. It's / okay? And another resume, maybe this time Nesta, and another resume, maybe this time Holly, all right? And there we go. You got it, Patty, all right? Compare between the attached candidates and choose the best fit based on this job description. And then I attach the job description, all right, which is senior animation designer job. Then I send the prompt. So it depends on the prompt, on the context that you want to do. Take a look at this. Quality content for this, please change your description and try. Okay, I need to work on my prompt now. Compare between the attached candidates, resumes, and choose the best candidate based on the experiences. Compare them with the job description attached. So the point is, we need to work on the prompt. All right. For a reason, it's not understanding. Although can create high quality content for this, please change your description again. Okay. Let's simplify. Compare between the attached candidate resumes. And choose the best candidate based on the experience. Following the job requirement. Following the job requirement is wrong. Attached, which is senior designer. There we go. So a comparison of candidates for senior animation designer. There we go. I have Alex. I got the experience they have studied and so on. And then I got my conclusion. Now, while all candidates are highly qualified, Patty stands out as the best candidate for the senior animation designer due to the extensive leadership experiences and so on. And then I get to follow up. So my friend Jacob here can start brainstorming with Copilot, strategizing with Copilot, all right? Using prompt engineering techniques that we will talk about later. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much, Ayman.
All right, moving on. We were talking about Copilot in Word. We're done with PowerPoint, Excel. Now let's see it in Team. Well, it's the same thing. In Microsoft Teams, you have pretty the same Copilot panel, just it appears in several areas within Teams. We have what we call Copilot Chat, yeah, where it has access to all of your Microsoft Graph content, right? And then we have Copilot in Teams that comes in different other experiences. Let me show you. So for instance, in Microsoft Teams, there we go. I have, let me get rid of this. I have Copilot in here, you see? Copilot in Microsoft Teams. When I click on Copilot, it will populate the Copilot interface. We call this Copilot Chat. This is the one that has access to all your work environment. And if you don't want the prompt to be executed based on your work context or content, switch to web. And now you have another ChatGPT, another web-based Copilot grounded to web. It doesn't see your data. So switch back to work, and then you have access to your data. All right. And the biggest proof is that I can launch such a prompt. I can say summarize all my emails, chat, conversations, tasks, and then prioritize the tasks for me. Because it has access to everywhere, it gave me my emails summary, chat summary, conversations, tasks, and then it rearrange the tasks for me. All right. I can summarize meetings. I can summarize and generate action items of this meeting, and then I reference the meeting name. All right, like this, it gets referenced. Then it gave me the meeting summary, the progress update, all right, action items, and so on. So these are how can I or the way we interact with Copilot chat. So basically, I can say summarize this meeting, and then I type / to reference, and this could be because I said meeting on my prompt, it knows to identify this one. If I say files, then I can reference a file. If I say people, I can reference a certain person, and so on. All right, and I reference the meeting that I want, and then I say and generate key questions to follow up on the next meeting. There you go. I know it looks tiny, but I'll try to zoom in. So meeting summary, I got the summary, progress update, and then the action items, and then the questions I requested. There you go. Okay. And then once you get the result, you get references. You see those numbers? These are references. You click on it, it opens up the email that it got this information from. All right. Or it opens up a conversation. Or maybe you like the result, but you want to tweak the wording, you want to edit something. So you click on edit in pages. You click on edit in pages, it takes you here. It shows you the content, and you can start editing right away. Yeah. Once you're done editing, you can click on share in order to share it with your colleagues or share it with yourself. But if you want a simple copy without editing, just click on copy and you will edit it. And if you want to share this generated result as let's say an input for a plan we're trying to brainstorm for, click on share, and then you will get an access and a link to share with your colleagues or team members. And then you get follow-up prompts. And again, you can click on view prompts to go to the prompt library. But this is Copilot chat. Copilot appears in several other areas as well. So if I access my chats, and let's say I'm accessing a conversation with a colleague of mine, and then I go like, okay, summary. And then I ask in a certain language, highlight from the past day or highlight from the past days. I get the highlights of this conversation. If I ask in Arabic, لخص المحادثة, and then I get the translation of the summary. All right. I can ask if someone asked a particular question or what is Kareem working on right now? If he mentioned that, okay. And then there we go. Kareem is currently working on the IT track content for the Copilot adoption program. You see? And then it gives me a reference. If I click on it, it takes me to the conversation where this was summarized from. And if I want to reply to Kareem and I want to say, hey, Kareem, let's connect next Sunday to check the progress and lesson learned. So usually what we do, we type this in ChatGPT, fix the grammar, fix the tone, and then copy it and then send the message, right? Because we want to sound more professional and we write in a better way, right? You don't need to do this anymore because there is a button here that brings AI capability right to your message. You click on this button and then Copilot can actually rewrite your message. Hey Kareem, write caps, you see? Right, caps? Let's connect next Sunday to review the progress and lesson learned. But no, no, no. I want to look more smarter. So I can go like, you know what? Make it professional. Okay. Why not? I can. And make it enthusiastic. Why not? Hey, Kareem, let's catch up next Sunday to review our progress and share a lesson we've learned. Looking forward to do it. And so on. And then different versions and just click on replace to replace it and send to send it. You're good to go. So these are some of the capabilities of Copilot before the meeting and after the meeting or during the meeting. So I'm in this meeting right now, your meeting. There's a Copilot panel here. All right. Please, you gotta be polite with these tools. You know, one day they might conquer the world. So, please, um, summarize this meeting for me and list all the questions asked during the meeting. So imagine the scenario where you join a meeting late and then all of a sudden you don't know what are they talking about. And you might have been assigned a task and you don't know because you came late. So you can ask Copilot, what's the summary? What did they say? Did I get assigned any task? And then Copilot will give you details. Take a look. Summary of the meeting, introduction, Ayman did what, say what, and then there is a reference, you see? All right. And then Copilot overview, capabilities, technical details, practical applications, questions and answers. And then the questions asked so far from Akshaya, sorry, Jacob and Liliana, and so on. Then if I want to go back to a particular reference, maybe number 9, I click on number 9, it should take me here. So that is something you can share and so on. The details of this section from the transcript. All right. So these were some capabilities of Copilot in Teams. Any question? All good? I'll assume all good because I didn't hear from you. Let me check the chat one more time. Layla is mind blown. All right. This is the jump start, everyone. I'm just setting your baby foot. All right. I'm just setting your baby steps on the track. The rest is on you to explore. Join us for other deeper webinars where we dive deeper into persona-based content and so on. We take Copilot into an HR point from HR point of view, finance, operation, marketing, and so on. All right, the next part of my session is extending Microsoft 365 Copilot capabilities. All right. So talking about extending, well, let me say it this way. It is a new way of working. All right. Copilot is not there to replace your job. It's called Copilot. Copilot. It needs a main pilot for you to fly this plane, right? So it's a new way of working, indeed. As well, someone asked about the stats. According to data from searches across Microsoft 365 services, on any given workday, Microsoft heaviest users, they search for what they need about 18 times. They receive more than 250 emails. Are you with me? They search more than 18 times. They receive 250 emails daily, right? They send or read about 150 chat conversation message in a day. You see the amount of information that AI can actually help you fetch and augment and summarize and um, draft and so on. But we have some best practices for using Microsoft 365 Copilot, and that revolves around prompts. So when you're writing your prompts, remember that there is a very well-known saying, um, in every process, garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't pay effort in drafting your prompt, Copilot will not pay any effort in generating the response that actually satisfy you, right? So on your prompt, be clear and concise. Trust, but verify. Because generative AI, they tend to make mistakes. All right, they hallucinate. And provide regular feedback, thumb up, thumb down, and so on. Don't depend on it 100%. Right? Use it to write your first draft, but then you're the owner of the final product or the final artifact. Push Copilot limits and boundaries. Try prompts. Get to see where it will succeed and where will it fail. Because at the end, every time it succeeds, you unleash your creativity. But then pay attention to what data to use and so on. This is from a corporate level. If you have data sensitivity labels or classification in place, Copilot will understand those policies. You don't need to do anything. If you reference a confidential document and generated a new document out of it, the new document will be confidential by default. All right? It will apply the sensitivity labels. And stay updated because there are waves of updates that comes on a regular basis. And then what doesn't work now, it might work in a couple of weeks. So try it again. Don't lose hope. With that in mind, let's examine how to build an effective prompt. And an effective prompt actually begins with a goal in mind. What do you want? Start with the end first. What do you want from Copilot? Well, yeah, I'm humble. I want to list 5 to 5 bullet points to prepare me for something. Or usually we stop the prompt here. From this content, list 3 to 4, 5 points. But this is not enough. You need to add some context. Copilot needs to understand. Are you talking to executives? Are you talking to professionals? Are you talking to the C level? What's the target audience? Well, how much do they know from the content? All right. What are you trying to achieve? Are you writing a research or you're strategizing a 5 years plan? Are you creating a high level stages for an implementation, or what are you trying to do? So context. Why do you need it and who is involved? So instead of stopping here, you go like, for an upcoming meeting with client, mention the client name maybe, focusing on their current state and what they looking to achieve. So Copilot will go access any communication with this client and get to understand the client better, the last communication, the preferences, all right, what they're trying to achieve. It will get to know the context, but you have to direct it by adding a little bit of context first. And then your expectation. How should Copilot respond to best fulfill your request? Well, maybe you want to say you know what? I want the response to be with a tone that is friendly but authoritative. And lastly, mention the source, because if you leave it to Copilot, Copilot will get data from the web. Sometimes it will get data from your corporate. So the algorithm is not really stable unless you mention it. What do you want from where? Then you go like, and focus on emails and Teams chat, certain people maybe over the last 2 weeks. That's how to write an effective prompt. Let's break it down, Actor, more and more. So, well, start with the end in mind, as we said. You need to generate 3 bullet points. That's your goal. All right? That's your goal. And then you carry on adding some context, okay? To prepare me for a meeting with client X, discuss the 3 brand campaign and so on and so on. All right? And then source. Focus on emails and Teams chat since June. All right? And then expectations. Please use simple language so I can get up to speed quickly. That is a full prompt now, right? This is a full prompt. So I'm going to leave this there just in case you want to screenshot it. These are some reviews for the best practices on how to craft clear prompts for optimal Copilot performance. From being clear and precise, experiment with different styles, try different tones, different language, and so on. Give Copilot a point of view context, as we said, and know what to avoid when creating prompts. Don't be vague overlay prompts. Don't cram too many questions into one prompt. Don't assume Copilot has the context already. Understand the Copilot limitation. Understand any model limitation that you're working with. And be polite. And be curious, right? And try different things. We say prompt engineering is an iterative approach. So you write a prompt, you see the result, you write another prompt, enhance it, and so on. Now, this session, this topic, we said extending Copilot capabilities, right? So the extension begins with writing an effective prompt. But then, where would I get the data from? Maybe sometimes I have my data sitting on another application outside the ecosystem of Microsoft 365. And remember, we said actually Copilot access the data that exists in Microsoft Graph. Remember the big network of Microsoft Graph? So if I have a third party application, this could be CRM, CRP, ERP, SAP, Murasalat, whatever. Maybe I want to connect this third party to Graph, and then Copilot will get the data from the Graph. So I will create a Graph connector. I will develop a Graph connector, and it will get me the data. Or maybe I will create what we call declarative Copilot, some agents, Copilot agents that allows me to answer, chat with certain role or certain context.
How much was it?
Muhammad,
117. Forget that's too much. I'm not
Muhammad,
paying you that.
gonna have to mute you. And tell us how much was it, Muhammad, when you're done. All right. So talking about declarative agents, this part of the slide. All right. For that, I will show you the demo here on what are you doing? Oh, Senor, why are you not getting me my website? For a reason it wants me to sign. I need to change credentials. Just allow me a second. There you go. Let me sign in. Just to remind you, I'm talking about declarative AI. So in short, what you do in declarative copilots, you create agents specialized in certain content. So for instance, I can create an HR agent. So instead of people asking my HR all those questions and bombard them, they can ask the Copilot. And Copilot will not answer from all of my data, will answer from the specific data that I shared with it. So to give you an example, I prepared this agent in here. Apparently I prepared it on a separate tenant, on a different tenant, but let's do it together. Take a look at this. I want to create a new agent. All right, take a look at this. Create a new agent, new agent. Hello, Copilot. All right, and then let me zoom in so you can see. I'm gonna add an agent name, so I'm gonna call it frequently asked questions. Okay, maybe I change the icon if I want to describe it. This agent answers employees and customers. Anything. This agent answers employees and customers questions. That's it. Now, on the instruction, this is where you write the prompt. Okay, you can. This is where you tell Copilot the do's and don'ts. All right, do this and don't that. If you're creating a financial advisor agent, for instance, maybe you will say talk about anything, but don't mention anything related to tasks to tax. Okay, so on the instruction, you tell Copilot what to answer, what not to answer, and how to answer it. Right. Um, um, Sound professional, but approachable, maybe. If I want to stop it from doing certain thing or answering in a certain way, I need to write all my instructions in here. All right. So I'll leave that for you to explore. My next important part is knowledge, from where it will get the information, this agent. Do I allow it to generate it from its own data? Then it's just another copilot. Well, what's the use? So I need to add my knowledge. So I click on add my knowledge, and then you see I get to attach websites. Yeah, and then any data on that website, that could be a service list, that could be product descriptions, okay, or maybe SharePoint website, because I have my data uploaded to a SharePoint library. So I'll click on SharePoint website, browse files in order to browse for the website that I want. And I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. On what tenant am I? More places. Okay, technology. And then frequently asked questions. You see, if I click here, I will get to choose the ones that I want, right? But if I was here, I can just click on the folder, and this allows me to later on upload more documents to the folder, and then Copilot will pick the data from there. Confirm selection. I'm going to click on confirm selection, and then I'm going to click on add. Maybe I want to change the name if I want to, but I'm going to keep it as it is. Add. I'm done. All I did is name, description, instructions, and knowledge. Create. This is what we call a declarative copilot. They're custom copilot, they're custom agents. Can it does it only generate content? Can it perform tasks for me or actions? Yes. The answer is yes. You can customize it in a way where it get launched based on a certain action, and during the interaction it actually performs certain actions. Let me give you some example here. You see, we have actions and we have triggers. So based on certain events, this agent might start working. So you say, if a new item is added to SharePoint list, this agent will start and then perform an action. Maybe inform someone, send an email, write something to Excel document, write something or add something to SharePoint library or SharePoint list, and so on. So you can add triggers and you can add actions. But for now, we just want to test. And let's say, what is the vision of the company? I'm assuming it knows what company it is because it will access my sort, my data, yeah, and the FAQ, and get me the vision. The vision of technology is to provide a cohesive suite of services respond to the accelerating pace of the rest of it. And then reference. Now I just created a custom agent that answers only FAQ question, and then I can extend it. There are a lot to be done on this interface. And that's not the only interface. There is another one, which is ai.azer.com. That is an AI studio. With AI studio, you will get to build custom agents based on different models, not only OpenAI. All right. You can go for DeepSeek, for instance. Yeah, there we go, DeepSeek, all right? GPT 4.5, Mini, and Llama. You can build an agent that leverages other AI capabilities beside Copilot. That's how we extend Copilot capabilities. But when we say declarative Copilot, because we declare what we want through instructions, we mean Copilot Studio. But then when we say custom Copilot, we go for AI Studio. Then I can create plugins and I can create team message extensions as well. So these are different ways to customize Copilot. And the ultimate one of them all is to write your own code. The developers can then write the code that they want, and sky is the limit for what they can do with Copilot. At the end, Copilot is the UI for AI. It's the user interface for the AI capabilities. You use it as an end user, write a prompt, get the result. It's already hooked to your data. You're an advanced user, you go to Copilot Studio, identify first your use case scenario, the pain point, and then create a custom agent for that. And it helps with licensing as well. Because if you don't have license for everyone on your organization, you don't need license when you create a declarative agent. You need license to create the agent, but then you don't need license to use the agent. So that helps with the licensing as well. You're advanced developer, you go for the AI Studio to customize Copilot. You're a developer actually, and you want to write code, you go to your Visual Studio and write your code, and you can customize Copilot. Yes, Hamza.
Yes, Ayman, thank you. A question about declarative Copilot. When you create your agent, you showed us how to use it in Studio, but the question is how I spread it out, how people can use it.
Nice question.
Please.
Very nice question. Well, I wasn't doing a full demo, right? So that's why I skipped a couple of things. But there you go, channels. Once you publish it to one of these channels. You can publish it to Teams, and then it will appear under apps in Teams. You see, when people interact with Teams, they can access apps, right? And then they get to add more apps and the approved apps by your IT, of course. The agent will appear here. All the agents will appear here. Okay, the published agents. And then once they add them, they will appear under Copilot. You see on chat under Copilot, I have agents. I have prompt coach, career coach, idea coach, writing, and get agents. This takes me to the store again to get the new published agent. But to publish, team is only one channel. Okay, where is it? Team is only one channel. You can publish it to a demo site or your custom website for public facing agents, mobile app, or any of these. All right. Did I answer your question, sir?
Basically, just to summarize, if I create my agent and then I ask my, let's say, publish it in Teams or in my, let's say, SharePoint, and ask, or my internal intranet, and ask IT to approve it, and then it will appear for everybody that can use it without
Yes.
license.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You just need to go to the settings first and specify the authentication. Do you want to authenticate people when they use this agent, or no authentication? So if I click on settings, for instance, under security here, is it open for everyone, Sabil? Or you want people to sign in? And how would they sign in? Custom sign in or your Entra ID, Active Directory account, or open authentication? You choose. It's just taking a while now to load the interface. For a reason, it's taking a while. But anyway, it's around authentication. All right, whether you're allowing anonymous authentication or you're enforcing authentication. It's going to speed it up and save time by carrying on. All right, do you have any question for me? No questions? Well, Senor, we have copilots for so many things. We have a copilot for sales, for dynamics, for coding, a copilot for security, copilot for Microsoft 365. All right. So the one we're using here is Copilot for Microsoft 365. The Copilot in Power BI is not part of this. This is Copilot in Fabric. But yes, the answer is yes, there is Copilot in Power BI. And I will blow your mind right now. Just bear with me. All right? Just gonna stop the sound, share with you this video. Gonna share the link so you enjoy it on your own time. I will cut it short to where I want to explain. Take a look. This is Power BI. If you're using Power BI, you know that prior to this stage, we need to hook the data first, right? Allocate the source data, the data set. So once you set the data sort, you do the modeling. Copilot will do the report generation for you. Take a look at this. What we did here is that we started by a prompt. This is the Copilot. Help me build. For a reason, this is not updating. There we go. Help me build a report summarizing the profit of customers who visited our resort properties in the last 12 months. I want to include the following, and then expectations. You see, you've added the goal, the context, now expectation. Summary of new versus return customers, and so on. Hit send it to Copilot, let Copilot do its magic, and voila. Report is ready. It's using the theme you specified on Power BI. It's interactive, very nice layout, well organized. You have keep up. You can adjust here. You click on adjust. You see you want metrics and trends. Yeah, you want metrics and details. And you can follow up with a prompt to enhance the data or get more insights. What are the main drivers for repeat customer visits? And then Copilot replies with a Power BI visuals for you. I'm going to share with you this link. All right. Now, one more thing. One more link for you to carry on understanding prompt and learning about prompt engineering. I'll be dropping one link for prompt engineering techniques. 3 links actually to the chat window, right? So prompt engineering. Okay. First link. And second link. And third link. I like everyone, and mainly I like the learning experience itself to proceed even after the training. So I'll make sure that we always share resources, content for you to carry on. And remember, we do not say bye-bye by the end of the training and close the door. Our door of communication is open for you. Reach out at any point of time. We'll be more than happy to help. So these were the prompts. And then there was another question about scenarios. The best way to access the scenarios is from this link I'll be sharing. Someone was asking about the different capabilities that Copilot provides. So where would I get to see all of this? Where would I keep up to date with the updates and the new features? It's the website adoption.microsoft.com. That's it. All right. You have a Copilot Success Kit. You have Copilot Chats and Agent Starter. They have some stats as well for the lady that was asking about stats in here. I was going to pull it from here actually. And they have some video library. All right. So you have interactive scenario library, extensibility options for leadership, for user enablement, technical readiness, and so on. What's new in Copilot? Take a look. All right. So you have so many things to try. See, for instance, the difference between 365 Copilot and Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat, short nugget video, and they have some other videos as well within this website. So this will be your go-to on the next days for you to learn more about Copilot. All right. I'm going to be sharing with you 2 last links. One will be for the your achievement code, and one will be achievement for the certification. One will be for the feedback. So bear with me a second to fetch those links and share them with you. And if you have any question, meanwhile, feel free to ask, please. The first link I shared is for you to redeem your code, to redeem your certificate. Okay, and I'll walk you through how to redeem the certificate right away. Just a second. Just click on the link and sign in with your personal account. Once you sign in with your personal account, we'll upload it to Technology, but usually the links that I share, I mean the webinars that I do, I upload to my YouTube channel as well. So if you're interested,
Also,
access.
Ayman, sorry to interrupt. It will also be shared by another YouTube channel, which is for this webinar as well. So it will be shared by email after this training, the link to that. So
Brilliant.
you will also have the opportunity to view it from there.
Brilliant, brilliant. Now, Sania, as long as you're here, we've hit the limit on the code. Maybe
Okay,
Waqas.
I will provide you in 1 second with another code. Give me 1 minute, please.
Take your time. Meanwhile, till we get the code, let me walk you through how to do it. Well, once you click on redeem, it will just add it to your profile. But then if you click on the profile picture and click on profile, it takes you to this page and then achievement, and then you can click on redeem to redeem and then add the code. All right, that's one way. Or just click on the link and it will redeem it. What would I do with this link? Well, let me tell you what would you do with this link. This link takes you to learn.microsoft.com. That's how you will always access the certificate and the course content from learn.microsoft.com. Okay, I summarized the course. The course has still some content for you to go through. So anyway, sign in with the same account and then click on profile. It takes you back to your profile. And then under achievements, you will get to see the badges and everything. And if you click on courses, you will see crafting prompt engineering somewhere here as a course. And if you don't see it, you will find it as a learning path as well. Okay, the point is, whether it was a course or a learning path, for each one of these, you have 3 links. This link, the name of the course, this link, which is to print the certificate. There we go. And the other link is to share on social media. But if you click on the actual course, like for instance, 4005, not on this page, it must be on another page. So anyway, for instance, I'll click on prepare this one. I'll click on the link. The link itself will take me to the course content. You see, this is where you will carry on learning. These are the different modules in every course. You click on the module and then it takes you to the learning content of that module. You start and then here you go. It explains and then next move to the next part and so on. And that's how you revisit the content. You were about to say something and I interrupted. Sorry.
Yes, Ayman. So I just wanted to also share that I dropped the link so that whoever did not access the achievement code from the first link can access from this second link. It's the same badges that you will get. Thank
All
you.
right. What about the feedback?
Feedback form is the same like we used the previous time. If you don't have
Okay.
it, I will drop it as well. Do you have
fetch
the
it.
link?
Yeah, the same one for the
The
adoption?
same from the previous session. Yes, yes, yes. Otherwise, I'll also drop it. Give me.
Let's just confirm it's this one. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Leila. Thank you all, Hamza and everyone. Just make sure, please, to fill the feedback form. Right, it's crucial to our service. If on the form it asks you about the trainer name, the trainer name is Ayman Al Khalifa. Right. I spell my name with AIMAN, so feel free to call me AI man. And
That's the good one.
Yes, please, Ayman, this is the feedback form. You can please, everyone, please feel free to fill out this form and share with us your feedback. It will mean a lot to us. Thank you.
Yes, click on the link and share. And if you're active in LinkedIn, feel free to link me in. And let's connect. All right, if you've completed the redeeming your certificate and filling the feedback form, I'd like to thank you all for joining me on this session. I hope you enjoyed my flight and hope to see you in future courses. Hope all the best for you on your future endeavors. And thank you for beginning your AI journey today. And good luck in your future steps.
Thank you,
Hope to
Ayman.
see you soon. Have a good one. Cheers.
Thank you, Ayman.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Ayman, and everyone. Thank you so much. If there are no further questions, I will be closing this webinar for today. Thank you so much, and we'll hope to see you on the next session.
Thank you, Sania. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.